Alright, y'all, so these leaks are getting a little crazy. I mean, it's been crazy, but god damn. This man CyberLeak is wilding out right now. Like, so, shout out to Mystery as well. I even took some shots of the screenshots and put it in like PS1 graphics and things of that nature so y'all can see it as well. But I'm sure Mystery did the same thing in terms of like changing the way it looks like art-wise. So that way he won't get no copyright. He said, over analyzing the new GTA 6 gameplay leaks. Number 4, let's get straight into it. This is getting crazy.
GTA 6 has been leaked yet again for the 4th time in a week. But this time we're showing a brand new clip featuring a hypercar driving across the GTA 6 map, as well as new gameplay mechanics.
Okay, all right. I know he's gonna break it down, but I want to talk about it while I'm seeing it. So right here, Jason was still in the hypercar, or the supercar, whatever you want to call it. He was struggling to get the actual NPC out of the car. So it's looking like we're not gonna be able to take every single car, bro. And of course there's tools and things of that nature to steal cars that nobody is in as well. But stealing vehicles and things of that nature is gonna be it can be a little difficult. It's gonna be some easy ones, but it's gonna be a little difficult sometimes. So also, y'all know we can fuel our cars up and things of that nature. So let's keep on getting into it. And this is not the final build, y'all. So please don't think this is just how the game is going to look. The game is going to be 100 times better than this. This is just a build, an early build. So yeah.
So as per usual, let's overanalyze all of it, because there are a ton of details that make this my favorite leak so far.
And I will be pausing the video, so stay tuned for that. Beware.
From the opening shot, we get a view of Jason exiting a pickup truck, which is parked over a crosswalk. To the right of that is a faded symbol for a bike lane, in addition to lots of spray paint marking the road for future maintenance. This is not only incredible attention to detail, but as you'll notice, it makes a lot of sense, because where Jason's standing is clearly newer tarmac, and it's a darker shade to the cracked stuff on the right-hand side. However, beyond that, we get our first look at a Bugatti hypercar. And as you might expect, Jason is going to steal it. But when he's approaching the vehicle, there's quite a few interesting things to point out. Firstly, there's a white circular icon on the back of the pickup truck, which, similar to the first leaked clip in the Leonida keys, just demonstrates that you can interact with tailgates. And that's only a...
Yeah, like, so you can go inside of people's trunks and things of that nature. Take their shit as well. They might have some crazy shit in there. They might have a body in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's another interesting thing, attention to detail that they added inside of the game, like storing things like Red Dead Redemption 2 on your horse and on your satchel and things of that nature. So it's so fucking dope,
single thing in combination with lots others that reinforces the huge importance of vehicles this time around. Different vehicles will be useful for different things, such as transporting goods and items and storing loadouts. The second crazy detail is that as Jason moves towards the Truffade Frax, it really does appear that the woman reaches for her center console to lock all of the doors. And I mean, it's just an incredibly natural reaction to the situation, and also it's truly realistic. On top of that, behind the car, you may have spotted this man wearing a Lakers baseball tee, and the parody basketball team for this is Los Santos Panic. Just in front of that, a free rental scooter.
Got the electric scooters, not bikes, electric scooters. That's interesting. Another thing I was thinking about when you're actually stealing a car, though, somebody might pull that blicky out on your ass, boy. Somebody try to spray, nigga. You're not taking my shit. The fuck? So you might get shot. You know?
You may have already seen some rental bikes revealed in the GTA 6 material so far, but to my knowledge, this is the very first time we've seen rental scooters. And to the right of them is a digital billboard that says Good Game America. I'm thinking this is likely an advertisement for gambling or a sports betting company. Now, despite locking the vehicle, Jason still manages to commit Grand Theft Auto, as he gains entry after putting his elbow through the window, shortly after he fails to open the door. But a detail that instantly stood out to me is that Jason targets the top edge of the window to try and break the glass, because that's the weak spot of the window as opposed to in the center. This is quite realistic to say the least. But I also noticed that the animation isn't perfect here. as his elbow actually lands above the glass and smacks into the hard metal body. Anyway, as the glass shatters, there's a super nice sound effect, and the example shows individual glass shards going everywhere, similar to what we've seen in this clip with Raul Batista. Adding on to that, in a leak from a while ago, it was confirmed that an entire team was dedicated to this alone, as it detailed a procedural breakable glass system.
I remember somebody made a video about this. Yes, I remember this shit.
And speaking of past leaks, there was one from Game Roll which we thought wasn't going to be in the game. However, it seems we're getting it in GTA 6 after all, because as soon as the window's smashed, we can hear the song Unforgettable by French Montana, and it's quietly playing from inside the vehicle. Although what I love is that upon entering the vehicle, the volume level increases, and we can hear the song a lot more clearly. Furthermore, it's apparent this can happen with more than one vehicle at the same time. For instance, at the beginning of the clip, when Jason leaves the door open, we can hear music from his truck.
That's so realistic, because if you're in the city or anywhere in GTA 6, you can hear people, you know, playing their music and things of that nature. If they have their windows down or something like that, even if they don't have their windows down, you could probably hear the bass if they have it loud, have it up loud in their car or vehicle perhaps. So that's actually so realistic, especially in Miami, bro. You walking down, you know what I'm saying, near the beach, wherever, anywhere, niggas is blasting their music. You know what I'm saying? You might have people revving their cars, and so it's gonna be so detailed to the point where, bro, I'm not gonna ever want to stop playing this game ever in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is gonna be way better than what we're seeing. That's the scary part, because this, like I said, this is a older build. What, 2024, 2025 build? Bro, what? It's crazy.
And we can just about listen to both songs playing simultaneously. Leading on from that, we're presented with a brand new feature in GTA 6. As indicated on screen, Jason has to wrestle the struggling woman out of the vehicle, and it's done so by mashing a button on the controller. Personally, I got genuinely excited when I saw this, because I think it's a super engaging and immersive feature, and as you would expect, this action consumes stamina as well. Regardless, on the right hand side passes the Vice City transit bus, and comically the bus number is 420. However, now we have yet another brand new gameplay mechanic. You may remember one of the previous leaks with Jason riding a police motorcycle, and in the bottom left hand corner, positioned just above the radar, was a tiny little tracker icon in yellow. But in contrast, in this leak the same icon is in red. Moreover, in the motorcycle clip, the yellow tracker becomes hidden after some time, along with the other icons illustrated like the engine health and fuel level. Although in this video, the red tracker icon remains visible for the entirety of the drive, and the drive path starts with a loop-the-loop in Vice City before continuing all the way down to the outskirts of Hamlet.
And I think that's when he got to the store, if I'm not mistaken.
By the way, this is just a representation on the current map, as the actual roads haven't been placed on the GTA 6 map yet. And I can't show you the official leaked map for obvious reasons. But back to the point now, what I think this is highlighting is that this vehicle tracker is a lot more sophisticated and high-end, and you'll see this fact reinforced a little bit later on. Once we're driving down the road, just to the right of the frame is a parked Sahara delivery van. And if you weren't aware, this is GTA 6's parody of Amazon in real life. Panning back over to the middle of the frame, Jason drives by a police cruiser from the Vice City PD. And at this current point in time, it's obvious they're completely oblivious to the crime. No longer are they instantly on your back like in GTA 5. This time around, an NPC has to witness a crime and report it before anything happens.
Yeah, so that's another crazy detail. It's like, I love that. It's kind of similar to Red Dead, but a little bit, not even a little bit, way more advanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably like one person put that call in, and they probably haven't even gotten to the cops yet. The cops nobody probably even seen Jason, even though there's people right there. They probably didn't even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know, they probably didn't catch the license plates so the cops could identify the car, so nobody's wilding on Jason right now. You know what I'm saying? So maybe in that little area they are, but not outside of that area where usually they say where it's blue at. If you're wanted and if you're in the red area, you're gonna, you know, cops are gonna be looking for you heavy. If you're outside of that, it's gonna be blue. If you're wanted, and they not gonna be really, you know, searching as hard as possible. So that's why that cruiser just probably drove right by me. You didn't notice it. because that's not the area. That's not the hotspot.
Following on from that, the Bugatti drives over some road reflectors or cat's eyes. And if you listen very carefully, you can hear a sound effect of them being pressed into the road.
Yep.
Of course, it's the type of attention to detail that we know and love in Rockstar games. Above that though is signage for the Vice City International Airport, which we'll get a closer glance at later on. On top of that, we've got a new area of Vice City mentioned called Sultan, and there's a railroad crossing at ground level, most likely for the Vice City Metro Mule, and it's probably one of the few spots it's running across a road, as the Miami Metro is almost entirely elevated in real life.
Right.
We also pass signage on the right hand side for a company called Fright Fate. And visibly, if you turn right, you can look at their warehouse storage facility. However, just above that is where the wanted stars appear. Although at the moment they're greyed out because the crime has been reported, but it's not yet been pursued or investigated. Adding on to that, the search area around the crime is shown in red on the minimap. And also in red below the wanted star are 3 red icons which we've seen before, indicating the cops have a full description of Jason's vehicle, his appearance, and his outfit.
So with that being said, nigga, you need to find you a chop shop, really go crazy on the car if you got the money, because it seems like it's gonna be it's not gonna be as easy to get rich on this game and things of that nature. Like sort of like Red Dead. I mean, unless you figure out some shit, but I'm gonna play normal, so you know. But unless it's like some glitches or something. But it seems like getting money on this game is going to be very realistic. You know, so that's going to be another thing.
Focusing back on the middle of the video now, there's a blue logo on the side of the building. And once Jason drives closer, it's evident that this is called the Banner Hotel and Spa. And this one's inspired by the Sheraton Miami Airport Hotel in real life. But opposite that, we're presented with a billboard for Fly US. And it says, "We are all winning the war on in-flight entertainment." Funnily enough, when the advertisement's visible, a work van drives by. And the sign writing reads, "Force it out," with the telephone number 199 Pipe 305. Of course, this guy's a plumber. So make sure you keep this play on words in your mind the next time you're on the loo. Further down the line, the leaker then stops to do a burnout, and when he looks to the right, there's an NPC clearly on his smoke break. But situated behind the vehicle is the Grand Majestic Hotel, and we've seen this a few times now, for example in previous leaks and the GTA 6 screenshots. What's more is that underneath that is green lettering which reads G. Haxon. I'm not entirely sure what this person does, but we can just about make out the letters to the right that says AVI. Possibly the full word reads aviators. Yeah. So I'm guessing it could be an optician's. Now, during the burnout, there's not actually much of a burnout happening. Visually speaking, there's zero smoke at all. But it makes complete sense because the vehicle is parked in a puddle. So of course the tyres would just spin indefinitely. I said we come back to it because this next detail has huge implications. But before we dive back into the video, if you're a new viewer on my channel and you like the content so far, please do me a favour and hit that subscribe button.
I'm not gonna lie, he makes incredible content, like literally incredible content,
as it's the best way to support content like this. Anyway, as I was saying, the icon for the red tracker now begins to flash, and I noticed this happens again later in the video when the vehicle slows over time to a stop. My theory for this is that similar to real life, the stolen vehicle is easier to pinpoint when it's stationary.
Yes, that is facts. It's not moving, it's just sitting there, so more people are noticing it. Somebody probably got a fucking notification or whatever the case may be on the news or whatever, anything of that nature. So now the cops are even more like, or people in general are noticing, and then the cops are being even more active on the investigation of searching for this car. Because I don't know if they got, I'm sure they got Jason's description, but he's in the car, but they got that car description. So that's interesting.
So potentially, if we stay still for too long, then the cops will know about your new position after this is passed on to them. Personally, I find this is such a logical and intuitive mechanic that just adds so much to GTA 6, especially when you factor in the item from the 2022 leaks, which is the tracker jammer, and it's used to disrupt things like this happening. Later on, there's an interesting road sign, and illustrated on it is 3 symbols as well as the text "Am Loco," "Vice City Metro," and and Park and Ride. Based on the symbol and what we know so far, Amloco is the GTA 6 parody of Amtrak, which is the train line in real life which runs from north to south of Florida and beyond. On top of that, you'll notice a tour bus on top of the overpass, and this vehicle in particular looks very similar to the ones in GTA 5. So I'm guessing this is what the Park and Ride is for. Underneath that and left of the road is a small construction site with a massive digger inside. In addition to that, we're now situated right next to the Vice City airport, and we're presented with one of the guarded entrances on the left as well. Now right next to the Bugatti is another work van. This one's decorated with a nice bubbly decal, and by the looks of it, it could be a laundry or cleaning company, as it goes by the name Rinsed. But one cool thing you probably didn't know is that some taxis are actually engaging in transit advertising, and they're demonstrated to be wrapped with sponsorships on the side of them. Adding on to that, at this same moment, there's an icon on the minimap for a cocktail bar.
Yes, I saw that.
Potentially this is the same one that we've seen in the Vice City pack, but it's difficult to tell right now. Up next, Jason cruises by a wall in front of the X Hotel, and on it, the X Hotel is advertised. And so is Judith's and Gator Plaza too. And if you remember back to the motorcycle leak, this showed us the matching Gator Plaza from a few different angles. Nevertheless, a bit later on, we can see the same USA tower from the plane clip. However, due to the current weather conditions, it's way more vibrant this time around. To the right of that is the Vice City Metro Mule, and I find it quite amazing that we can see the lighting and the interior of it, in addition to the people on the inside who are travelling into the heart of Vice City.
His gameplay in particular looks like really good. Somebody had took off all the watermarks and made the video like super HD and 4K, bro. It was fucking incredible. They took that shit down though. Rockstar said nope.
Another thing to note is the amazing density.
Oh, also, you see how he's going back into the red? He's going back into the red where the car, you know, is definitely identified at. So that's not going to be good.
This scene. And it's amazing because it's accurate and realistic based on the time of day. I mean, you wouldn't expect to see many more vehicles than this. Moving on from that, there's a billboard with an ad for self-esteem. And by the looks of things, it appears to be a self-esteem body cream.
Yes.
Opposite that, there's two more details. Firstly, a truck with advertisement for 24/7, the convenience store based on 7-Eleven. And it reads, whatever you need, we got it. In addition to that though, and what's more interesting, just in front of that truck is a cop car. And there's a pop-up for a white indicator on screen, pointing towards that exact car. As we've seen before, the indicator slowly turns blue as you enter their line of sight. But in this particular instance, Jason doesn't get close enough for that to happen. Nevertheless, as detailed on the radar is an icon for a pawn shop. And the icon illustrates 3 black bulls. And this is most likely inspired by the traditional symbol for a pawn shop in real life, which is 3 gold spheres hanging from a metal bar. And I didn't know it beforehand, but this iconic symbol dates back hundreds of years.
Yes,
because it represents money lending, banking, and financial collateral. Also appearing on the map is a huge red box. And from the path he takes, which I showed you earlier, we know that he first drives in a loop. And hence, this is the red search area when he initially steals the vehicle. Moreover, dead ahead in the frame is a truck for the company Sitzpinkler, which is pretty funny because it translates from German to sitting while pissing. What's cool is that the road signs mention Mariana County and Leonard County, 2 of the confirmed counties that we now know of thanks to the leaked GTA 6 map. Aside from that, when Jason passes by this HGV truck, written on the side of it is Sahara Mirage. Again, it seems this is inspired by the other services that Amazon offer, like Amazon Flex or Amazon Relay, or it's Amazon Prime, who knows. But it's definitely Amazon something. And their building is located just to the left in the heart of Vice City. And this is seen from the leak in the plane, on top of the Ultimate Edition screenshots. Anyway, once Jason exits the highway, he slows down again to make a turning. But just after that, you observe an independent car dealership by the name of Marlin Motors, and it's got quite a uniquely shaped roof. Adding on to that, I guess there's all sorts of car related services in this area, because there's also flyers for body painting, car washing, and cart rental.
I don't think in this video he's gonna talk about the gas station stuff, but if he doesn't, I'm gonna speak about it myself. And I'll put it in this video. 'Cause it
However,
doesn't
if
look
you
like it's
wanted
gonna
more
happen.
confirmation that you do have to watch your fuel level in GTA 6, then there's a small icon on the radar for a gas pump shown at this gas station. And something I'm only just noticing now is that a rentable truck is driving by, and the rental service is called Truck U. So if you're still watching this video, I hope you're having a trucking awesome day. God, that's so cringe. Regardless, it seems it's companies galore in this video,
Yeah,
because there's
it's a
another
lot.
one mentioned called Kirkwood Distribution. On the right hand side of the frame is a canal that has rather green water, and this same
Transit.
canal could be where this screenshot takes place, although it's not currently been placed on the map. Despite that, on the opposite side a bit further up are two parked police cars, and I would like to subtly point out how prominent these are in GTA 6.
Yes.
So it's going to be a lot more difficult to get away with crimes.
Niggas be posted
and the
up like real life, bro. Cops be really posted up and everything, bro. Like they really be out here, bro. And it's crazy as hell. It's actually insane. Yeah, I don't think he got into the store one. He probably gonna do that next video. But I could show y'all right now. We could glance through this really quick. Let's keep it going.
time is going to be fast because there are almost cops everywhere. However, you may not have noticed that there's a scrapyard present too. And we know this because it says cash for scrap.
Yeah.
I think it would be pretty cool if we could take damaged cars here and sell them for parts and stuff like that. Swiftly moving on, you'll notice the same hugely tall tower suspended by all of these different cables. And we can equate this tower to the one shown in trailer 1 as well as other GTA 6 material.
Yeah.
Next up is another feature for immersion building. While driving, even at high speeds, Jason can hang his arm out of the window. And I can't wait to see if we can give Jason the trucker's tan.
Another crazy ass little small detail, bro. It's the small details that it's the small details that mean the most, bro, with this game, man. With all games. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, what?
And speaking of trucks, we've got a delivery truck for Juicy Joe's. And if you're bored, you can give them a call on 305 555 0134. It seems like they deal with fruit and veg delivery, and their base of operations can be seen in one of the previous leaked clips, situated a bit further north in Vice City. But if you thought GTA 6 and Rockstar was turning woke, there's a drink called Juice Loose, and it's perfectly processed. However, one fascinating detail later on is all of these limestone quarries next to the road. And I'm betting these might be based on white rock quarries in real life Florida, because they're one of the largest and highest producing limestone quarries in the United States. And this material is used in the production of concrete. Anyway, beyond the quarry in the distance is the Fuzzard power plant, which is also visible in the Leonida Key screenshot.
Yes.
And it's also responsible for a lot of the nuclear waste, which provides energy to the animals in the grass rivers. However, towards the end of the clip, we can view the sign that says welcome to Hamlet, and there's a small plaza right here. On the left hand side is a store called Byte, which is a returning brand in GTA 6 based on Subway. We're also presented with a sign detailing the other stores available.
And from GTA 4, I know you remember that.
To bottom, there's Paperclips, which is a returning store that deals with office supplies. Secondly is Fleeca, of course, the Fleeca Bank is coming back. Third is Byte, which we already talked about. It seems underneath that is Binco. And of the other ones that I can read, that's allegedly a retail or service brand. In addition to that is Wiz. Again, another company that's due to be returning. And this is a mobile and internet service provider. So maybe we have to shop here for specific tools like the Tracker Jammer and the Immobilizer Bypass. Now, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you. And I've got a surprise detail for you. And definitely not because I forgot to mention it earlier. So at 1 minute 48 in the video, there's this really strange icon which appears on the minimap. Even once you zoom in, you can't make out what it is. But there's a large building here and written on the front of it is TWF. So I'm speculating this could be a gym or even a spot for wrestling, as this was mentioned in the 2022 leaked document. And actually that reminds me, I've covered all of that as well as the 90 leaked clips from 2022, all in this one video right here. So if you...
Oh shit, my bad. But basically the video's done, so... But I gotta show y'all also, let me show y'all these screenshots real quick. Basically, let me see, let me go to this joint real quick so that way y'all can just see it. Here we go. Alright, So this is something that this is a little something that a nigga made, bro, and so that way, you know, niggas ain't trying to get no copyrights. Little Minecraft graphics, you feel me? But like, so there was a moment, right? There's a moment when Jason was driving on this bridge right here, right? He had hit a truck. You see the fire and everything, but he had hit a truck or whatever the case may be, and that shit went in slow motion. Like, I guess he totaled the car or some shit like that. It was wild. It was wild. Then we saw a little screenshot of this Porsche right here. But there was a moment when he went, I think he was still in Hamlet. He drove up to the store or whatever the case may be. I think the cops were literally outside. They was posted up or whatever the case may be. I don't think they identified the vehicle yet. But he went in, he smacked the fucking cashier, smacked the dog shit out of the cashier, pointing his gun, started taking all of the money out of the cash register on each section of the cash register, and it was realistic as hell too from what I saw. And then out of nowhere, it had, like, at the end of the video, it had cut to Jason going to the strip club, entering the strip club or whatever the case may be. Saw the strippers literally right here at the corner at the end of this wall before he started walking directly in to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? It was realistic. We had this guy, I think this was security. Yep. He was standing outside to the left. The way he entered and opened those doors, it was fucking so realistic, bro. So realistic. A lot like Red Dead Redemption 2, but way more realistic, bro. And then this says get your pictures taken. No laughing at dances. Your daughter might be here. That shit was fucked up. So they're completely nude, so I blurred that out. You know what I'm saying? And then Jason was just walking inside to the strip club, and then the video went off, bro. You know, so that was at the end of that 2-minute long leak. So open for business. I don't know if they're gonna be doing more than stripping in there. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, man. So every dance till, I think it says every dance till 3 a.m. So I guess I don't know if the strip club is gonna stay open or not, or gonna be closing, or if it's just gonna be the 24/7. So we don't know that off rip. But I'm just saying though, this shit is gonna be very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So look out for that. I know when he pulled up to one of the gas stations or one of the gas pumps, it said fuel tank for like $30-something, and then fixed car or repair car for like $2,300, some amount like that. But I'm sure it's not going to stay like that in terms of like repairing your car at the gas station. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sure you're going to have to go to a actual mechanic. They showed that in screenshots already, so that's going to be interesting. But yeah, man, I'm just super, super, super excited for this. And yeah, it's gonna be extravagant. It's gonna be extravagant. Also, right here you can see the red circle. I literally think the cops was already there, or the cameras or whatever the case may be saw Jason there pointing the gun and robbing this nigga. So, but after this, the cops pulled directly up. So I think the cops were literally already here. I think they were literally posted outside, like in this picture right here. So, but I could be wrong. This could be the chase, because actually, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, after he got done robbing, he walked outside the car. The cops pull up. You know how cops on GTA 5 and the old Grand Theft Autos and things of that nature just automatically start dumping at you, shooting at you, whatever the case may be. That didn't happen. Jason got in his car and he drove away. The cop was like, "Hey, yo, like, what are you doing?" Like, blah, blah. He didn't start shooting or nothing like that. And then he just got the hell on. That's exactly what happened, because now I remember. And he skated away, bro. So, yeah, man. Like I said, super excited for this game. The leaks is not the final product. And yeah, like, it's just getting crazy, man. Cyber Leak is wilding out here. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please turn on notifications to get notified when I upload. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please turn on notifications to get notified when I upload and stream, bro. I am out of here, and I will be talking about more leaks and dropping more videos. I'm about to react to that new Black Myth, so stay tuned for that video as well. So catch y'all later. Deuces.
Yo, represent for the gifted, attention to plan the vision. Demolition of evil sons of the politicians. Scientific, I'm optimistic of my positions. Writing songs, scrambling passions, picking up my decisions. Menacing, we take profits. Tentative, we break topics. Hesitant.